What's up, everybody? I'm Alonzo Nelson.
I'm Dawn Harper Nelson.
And this is a special, I don't even know what you want to call
Exactly.
this. But it's really to commemorate the special day, October the 6th. It's special for several reasons, but the main special reason right now is...
It's Dawn Harper Day.
Yeah, October 6th is Dawn Harper Day.
Yes, October 6th.
Let's go with, let's just dive into it. I have a few questions to kind of get a better understanding of like Dawn Harper Day and like everything about it. And then I'll add my little 2 cents afterwards. You don't even know this is coming.
Anyway.
First things first, what is Dawn Harper Day?
Dawn Harper Day is a day that I was given to by the governor for the state of Illinois, where they wanted to honor me and my, I guess, hard work and my accomplishments for the 2008 Olympics. You know, they recognized, that I was from the city of East St Louis, and for me, I really wanted it to be a day of action, getting up and moving. And so what I found myself doing, obviously before this year, now not so much, can't be that close to people, but I would go around to a number of schools, talking to students, interacting with people just about health and just being active and going after your dreams. And obviously I found myself pulled so much to these athletes, that had questions and things about, my journey and the way that how I got to where I am.
Yeah. All right. I remember seeing in the declaration, the Dawn Harper Day declaration, they did mention like how dope you were in high school as well. So it was
so
like
funny.
It was like basically they
Did you like just look at it?
No, I just remember.
Oh, you remember?
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember. Like they were like they were mad proud because Illinois was super proud because they have a gold medalist, right?
Right.
But then it was like, but she's kind of always been like this prodigy. You know what I'm saying? Since that. No, I know the facts. All right, so 2008 is when it happened, right?
Right.
So,
why was that 12 years ago though?
Jeez.
Yeah, put that in perspective.
That's
I was
bonkers.
a straight baby.
Yeah. So, how did that season start for you though? Like 2008.
It was very challenging. I was excited because it was Olympic year and it was like, this is gonna be my moment. But it was really challenging because I had no contract from a shoe company, no financial support from anyone.
That's hard.
And so, but I was in my training group, I was amongst the greatest in the world, like literally the defending champion, Olympic champion, Joanna Hayes, 2-time world champion, Michelle Perry, and then we had Jenny Crawford, the defending NCAA champion and NCAA record holder. And then there was little old me. And they all had contracts with Nike, all had these amazing deals, would come to practice every day, decked out in Nike gear, with their name on their shoes. And I was still wearing my gear from UCLA, beat up shoes. And so
You're
that
just
was
in the grind.
Literally, it was the grind because think about it, only 3 people make the Olympic team.
Yeah.
And there were 4 people in my group. And
What
so
event did you do again? I mean,
Don't
I know
play
what
with me.
event
Don't
you
play
do,
with
but
me.
I
I was
like
about to say 100 meter hurdle
Yeah.
because, and I tell myself when I think back, there was, in a sense, no reason that I should have ever believed I should have made that team. Like I wasn't one of the favorites at that time. I wasn't one of the fastest, and I literally was just every day just chipping away at getting better and better and better. But I had an amazing fall season. Like the training was good. Got in some excellent base work. It went well the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you got closer to the track season starts like around April, right?
Right.
March, April. What happened around then? Like, did you get to like do any races?
You
around
so
then?
cute. You so cute. He asked
What?
some questions like he don't know. He's so cute. So no, I didn't get to race in March
Why not?
and April. What? Because I had knee surgery February 29th. It was a leap year. So
yeah.
that's why I can never forget the day. I would never forget anyway. It was February 29th. And I remember just being at practice and feeling my knee had been bothering me a little bit, but really just trying to ignore it because you don't have time for injuries. Like this is not, you don't have space to take time off. Like you just don't. Yeah.
Right.
And in my group, like you just don't have time for that. Like every day. You feel like even if say there's a rep, like you can't be behind in a rep in a set at practice, so let alone have knee surgery, it's over. And so my knee was bothering me, and I got to the point where it was like I could not ignore it any longer, and so I had to I remember actually it was the day we were going to hurdle. And I remember going over hurdle and just letting out a scream, and it was extremely painful, and I just walked off the track. Like, I just knew something's wrong. I have to go back home to Illinois and to see my doctor. They went in and they found a piece of my kneecap had chipped off and wedged in the weird spot, like on the inside of my knee. And he was like, if you were not a hurdler, this would have never bothered you, but because you're a hurdler,
yo, that just sounds painful. Like, I've been fortunate enough not to ever have to have like any kind of like knee surgeries or whatever. But like to just think about what you're saying, like a piece of your bone was like inside your knee, like in between a joint,
right, where it's not supposed to be.
So you had to get that taken out.
Yes, I had to have knee surgery, and so I had knee surgery. And I remember sneaking onto the track late at night at UCLA to get reps in. I wasn't supposed to be running yet, but my mindset was I don't have time to not be practicing. I was doing my therapy sessions, physical therapy sessions, and then I was sneaking on the track at night. And I remember putting in perspective, doing a 300, trying to just jog my way through. And it took me well over a minute and a half, and it was almost like 2 minutes. But I was like, I'll just chip away at time. But what we did notice was when I started to train again, my endurance that I had built up in my base training that I had done in the fall really carried over till then. Yeah, so it was a huge benefit that I had done such an intense, crucial, killer fall.
All right, so you come back to practice from surgery, right? Olympic trials is June.
Yep.
Tell us about it.
Ooh, I'm at the Olympic trials, right? And I'm like, OMG, this is where everything either comes together or falls apart.
Right.
And you have to go back to the 3 jobs that you were working to support this dream that's just a dream. And once again, there was really no reason for you to believe you could make this team because, I mean, you have the best in the country here that are trying to compete for 3 spots. And you're a no-name. You had knee surgery. And so really, what I really appreciated was through the rounds, my coach, Bobby, was really like, we're going to focus on each round. You cannot worry about the finals. We're going to run this first round, then we're going to run the second round. Was it 4 rounds then?
Back then, dang, I hate to say it like that. Back then, it was 4 rounds.
It was 4 rounds.
You had the prelims, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the final.
So, yeah, so that actually was a huge benefit, for me.
Right?
And I remember, I think it was after running like the first or second round, Nike actually came and they gave me a uniform to wear. Because I think I ran like the first round in like my all black that I had been wearing because I wasn't sponsored.
That's
and
the non-sponsor uniform.
The non-sponsor,
you wear all black. Let them know.
And so, let them know. And so then Nike came to me and gave me a uniform to wear. And so that's funny that actually all my pictures have me in this Nike uniform when I made the team. But it was because they came to me and gave me that uniform there. So now, I mean, I'm there. Now it's time for the finals. And I just remember, I mean, it's crazy because I was in lane 2. And the girl that was supposed to be in lane 1, I think she was there. Lane 3 was open. Yeah, lane 3 was open. Yes, lane 3 was open. And I remember thinking to myself, this girl in lane 1, you have to put her away from your first step because with lane 3 open, I wasn't going to be able to field the race at all. And so I was like, you got to create this race over here yourself. Put this chick away first step so that you can give yourself a fighting chance. And I just remember the gun went off. And literally, it's like you're just running for your, like you're running for your life.
12 seconds.
It's 12 seconds
of
straight chaos. And I remember clipping a hurdle. And, thinking like, I remember hitting it and kind of like, you need to get it back together. And I remember because I hit that hurdle, I was thinking at the finish line, I need to lean for my life. Because if you don't, like, you just don't want it. You don't leave anything in the tank. You don't leave it to chance. Exactly. And so, so I leaned, and I remember leaning so hard that I didn't fail and stayed on the ground. And I remember crying and just like, Lord, because you just don't know. And I remember looking up, and it looked like it took 1,000 years, not 1, not 2, 1,000
It makes sense
years.
when you think about it.
Exactly. So the first name pops up, the second name, and then you're sitting there. And it was weird. It's like you believe, like, okay, I ran a good race, but you don't know. And so looking up, and I saw my name, and I say to this day, they are the ugliest pictures you will see of me. I was like, because
I'm gonna have to look them up now. Like, because I remember though, I was there. Yes, that's so crazy.
And I have one. It's one picture in particular where I have the flag in my hand, and I'm bent over, and I'm like, and I'm like, why is that the one that circulates whenever it talks about 2008? But it
that's
was,
the emotion
but it's
of,
the
like,
most, it's the
everything,
most beautiful
right?
picture ever because it truly,
Embodied
like,
the struggle,
exactly,
the journey to
everything
that
that went
point.
into that moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. I got a flag. Like,
Yeah.
only 3 people get a flag.
I remember because like after the
Mhm,
semis,
yeah.
I came back there. It was like maybe after the second round. I came back there and I like, I said something to you
So
because
silly.
you was taking an ice bath. You was sitting in an ice bath,
Mhm.
and I said something to you, and I was just like, moved out the way. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But then when you got third, I was on the back stretch. I was watching
Yes.
from the back stretch.
Yes.
I had just got like a Polish sausage
You did.
or something. I had
'Cause
a gyro or
I
something.
saw, yeah.
It was a big, and it was fresh, and but everything in me wanted to like hop the fence.
Yeah.
Like,
So what you talking about? You're not saying it. So what you talking about is doing the victory
Oh,
lap.
yeah.
Right, doing the victory lap. I saw him
Yeah.
after the first 100, the first curve. I saw him up in the stands. Isn't that where you were?
Yeah, I was in the stands,
He was,
right.
No, I know. I was trying to say right there. So he was in the stands, and I remember seeing him, and he was like, "Lonzo!" Like,
Yeah,
it was
right.
because you saw, like, your homeboy. Like, he's from
Yeah.
East St Louis. Like, you saw. It was like the city of East St Louis was there. In that that's what
crazy.
you represented. All of that. It was like my people saw me.
Yeah, I was so proud of it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, all right, so you made the Olympic team.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the Olympics.
Oh my God, I'm getting off the plane.
All right, so
Why am I waving like this?
we
I don't know.
landed. You landed in Beijing.
Yeah,
What's it like?
it's the race.
You was in your bag when I like watching it from TV. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
your confidence level was stupid. But
it was slash.
all right, so whatever you was feeling for real was not what you was portraying on the camera. Like, so on the camera, it just looked like it was all coming together. That's what it looked like.
No. It was no. I know. I agree with you. It absolutely was. But there's still like that. Like, man, this is the moment, dog. Like this is you're like because what you're doing is you're telling yourself you're reminding yourself rather all of the work and everything it took to get there, and you're reminding yourself in your warm up you was just on. So that was like 20-something, 30 minutes. You on, like you ready, right?
Yeah.
You're ready. Not even replicate, just do it. Like you're ready. It's not even replicate. It's like no, do it.
So,
like even though replicating is doing it, it's like no, do it. Because replicating, you feel like I'm trying to do what I just no, do it. Like do you, And so you try and remind yourself, like this is the moment you train for. You're literally ready because you've done every single thing humanly possible to be ready for this moment.
your whole life was set for this one moment.
Like
right?
that's honestly what it felt like. But I'll say this: one of my greatest and worst memories ever at the Olympic trials was for the first round when I walked out, and I remember standing at the blocks. You set your blocks, and all the fans are screaming, and you're like, "Yo, I'm at the Olympics," and then you do the foolish thing of looking up into the stands. So I remember looking over, and as far as I felt like my eyes could see, it was just a sea of people. And it put in perspective, I was like, oh my God, I'm at the Olympics. And I remember for a split second, almost feeling like woozy. Like, I was like, get it, no, get it together.
Like, how do you shake that? Because it's almost like everybody looking at you.
No, that's exactly what it was. That's move. That's exactly what it was. And what it did was it magnified and brought to the present, like, this could all come crashing down. Like this is what you asked for, but did you really want this? Like, oh my God,
this is what it looks like.
Yeah,
it's amazing because like we have these huge dreams, but we don't know what we don't know what like all that it entails, right? You know what I mean? Like you wanted to be at the Olympics, but that means that you're going to have to travel, depending on the year,
right,
like, across the world.
Yeah, but you know what though? The one thing that you can count on is everyone has to pretty much do the same thing, right? Everybody has to travel to get there, obviously. Except for
you don't like, but do you really think about that?
No. Listen.
Okay.
I'm saying, so you got to think about. So I'm saying you do. You try. What you have to do is you have to break down and make it as simple as possible, right? I remember. Kiss.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Right.
I remember that's what the sports psychologist told me
really?
when I was at a world championship. Yeah, because he was just like, I mean, this was 2011, and I was just making it this big deal because I was coming back from another knee surgery.
Yeah,
and he's
my
like,
professor said that too.
Right, I had never heard that before. And
that's how they tell you to teach, like, keep it simple.
Okay, see, stupid.
Right.
You got to put stupid in there.
Well, keep it simple, students. Well, but basically, yes.
Stupid. And so I just remember, but that's throughout my career, like that's really something that you have to do. So you think about, we're all of us athletes are under the same conditions, right? Like, whether the weather changes, like all these things, same conditions.
Yeah.
and then you're at the Olympics and you think about, I have prepared for this moment. As nervous as I am, these same eyes that are watching me, watching everybody else in these lanes. And the one thing that is the same is the same 100 meters that it has been when I was in high school.
Distance.
Yeah, right. And but I'm saying,
but it
even
ain't
for
changed
me,
for you.
exactly,
Gotcha.
it's the same distance, the same times that I ran that practice, the same way I ran it. You can do it here because it's the same 100 meters. The hurdle's at the same height and they on the same mark. So the only way that you'll mess this up is if you see it different, because the race stays the same. And so that's something that, you know what I mean, I had to remind myself in that moment of like, oh my God, you're at the Olympics. It's like, yeah, this Olympics though is the same. It's the same. It's just a track.
You do have to like simplify it and like really like.
You got to take away kind of like the grandness of the situation. Well, it will drive you crazy. Yeah. You'll feel sick. Like you can make yourself feel sick.
Okay, so we're in the finals, right? You're in lane. What lane? You're in lane 7.
No, I was like in the middle. I was like, really?
Okay.
It was great. I was in like 5 or something.
Okay, yeah.
But it was like, this is cool / oh my God, I'm in the middle. This is just too much. It was just a lot. It was just a lot.
All right, take like, what could you feel when the race went off? Like at the beginning of the race, what did you feel? Like, cause you cause you know you can feel particular people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So in the beginning, the goal was to obviously have a good start, but you want to try and get out ahead of people. I did not. I made the race pretty challenging for myself.
That sounds like something you said in 2012.
Yeah. And so my start wasn't. It was a good start. It was cool. But you know, you want to like jump out and just like Sally got out. Sally said, what you gonna do is if you want it, you gonna have to come get it. She got out. And I just remember Delorine from Jamaica. She was on my left, and I remember her foot. I could see her. It was in front of me, and I remember being like, "So you're not winning?" Like I literally, that's how I say it. Like, so you're not winning. You need to go to work. But the problem, like, I'm supposed to have blinders on. You're not supposed to see anything, and I didn't. But obviously, that's kind of in your sight. You can see this person.
That yellow foot.
This,
right? I'm sure she had on some yellow
and black. I think yellow and black Adidas. So you can see the foot, and so you know you're thinking. And I remember just catching her, slowly catching her, and coming across the last hurdle and literally running for the line and leaning. And we had worked on my lean, so I had the lean in there, lean. And because I had focused on myself so much, I didn't know what else was going on in the race. And so I remember crossing the line, and Sally from Australia, she's screaming like, oh my God. And I was like, so I thought I got second. I was like, second place is so good. Like, oh my God.
It's your first Olympics.
It's my first Olympics. And then Priscilla from Canada starts screaming, and I'm like, drop myself down. Oh my God, third place is amazing. So like, I'm on the podium.
Right.
And then my wonderful teammate, Damu Cherry, she came over to me and she saw my name and she's like, no, Dawn, you won. 'Cause I guess she saw me kind of like, what, you know, bringing myself down the podium. She's like, no, Dawn, you won. And then that's when I kind of like collapsed in her arms a little bit and just lost it basically, and was just, it's weird to even talk about right now because it's like, it's the most beautiful memory because, you know, some people could say, oh, it's just a race, or oh, it's just sports. It was like, no, literally it was my life. It was my life in 12. It was summed up. My life was summed up in 12 seconds. And it ended up being, for me, the most beautiful 12 seconds, you know me, at that time of my life. Yeah.
You can only imagine how people back at home.
Yeah, so what I can't stand is, you know, now,
you know,
social media is so heavy. Everybody got a phone, they recording everything.
My gosh.
So I saw, because I remember when Grant Holloway, when he won, they showed, I guess they sent it to him, how they filled up the auditorium and they watched it.
Yeah, I think they watched it at his high school.
Yeah, and they filled up the auditorium and you saw it and they just erupted when he won. It was so awesome. But it's funny because I was told that's what happened with me. So
they had a watch party.
Jackie Joanna Kersey, she opened up her center for to watch my race. So, you know, packed the place. And they watched it, and they were like, everyone just went crazy. So to me, to have, and it's actually a newspaper article, and you know, people are like, and I'm like, to have that video, to have the article is amazing, but to have that video would have just been.
I'm sure.
It just, I know that it just gives me that gives me chills though to just think that like they saw it, like you guys saw it,
you like, and that's what I always think about that. You know what I mean? Anytime you're never alone, right? Wherever you go, you represent so much by your presence.
And
hoping
I
that you do
feel
it.
that though. I really do. That's the thing. I know my city. Like I'll come home and people say things. I'm like, y'all saw that? Like, we be watching you.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
100%.
okay, let me remember. Like you said, I'm never
Yeah.
alone because listen, East St Louis.
Legit, they got your back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one of our buddies, like he still has the decal, the Don Harper.
Yes.
The Don Harper gold
Okay,
medal
that
decal
was
on
just
his car.
hilarious. I was like, okay, you can remove that now.
But the city of East St Louis like made that mandatory. Like if you lived in East St Louis, you had to have. That's crazy.
They had to have what hotel?
You had to have a sticker that said Don Harper Olympic champion in 2008. That's crazy. Like everybody had that sticker.
Like once again, my people.
Yeah,
that's
so
so
dope.
crazy.
Yeah, and so like on the along the highway, you got like all your stats and stuff like that.
And then I have the street.
Yeah,
Don Harper
going
Street.
to the track.
Going to the track.
It's Don Harper Street.
So cool.
And so so Don Harper Day. Here's the best memory Don Harper Day for me.
Okay.
October the 6th is 2011's Don Harper Day.
Okay.
Right. I'm doing my internship. Right. I'm doing my internship and I'm on social media. I think it was like Facebook. It might have been Twitter. And I seen this announcement. I think you had said that you were excited that you're going to come home and you're going to speak at Eastside, right? And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. Since she's speaking at Eastside, I wonder if she'll come I was teaching at the 9th grade center at that time. She'll come to speak to my students in the 9th grade center. So I sent her a DM.
You do what?
I slid in her DMs to see if she would come.
Terrible.
And she responded. And it was like, oh snap! She said, "Yeah."
I was gonna squeeze it in for the homie.
Yeah, for the homie, right? And so for me, it was like, all right, I need to make this like great, right? And so I had to wear my best shirt.
You did. I never. You so cute. You had your hair. It was a little long, obviously longer.
Was it?
Yeah. What? Yes. You had the little like not a little
that.
twist, but you were doing like a.
Oh yeah, I was trying to like right. So
I remember what you look like.
so yeah, I had to. So basically, long story short, she comes and she talks to my students, and like in one of the conversations, one girl is like, and she's in love with this guy or whatever, and like she's like nobody understands her, and like she's like, is she doing too much? And Dawn was like, well, in high school, there was this guy that I just thought was so cute and all of this stuff and everything like that. And then she told them, like, you know him. It's like, it's Mr. Nelson. And then so everybody was like looking
crazy,
at me.
like,
and so
Mr.
I'm
Nelson.
like, yeah, if I was light skinned, I would have turned red. You know.
So silly. True though, true.
But like, so that told me like one that she still remembers.
You can shoot your shot. Oh, you can shoot your shot.
Yeah.
So
for me, I picked up the ball.
Okay.
I was bouncing it. And then my mom came and she was
Lord.
like, she brought my little brother, and my little brother thanked her for like helping him out. And then my mom made the comment. She was like, I always thought we was gonna have she was gonna get some little puffs of smoke because she had this like she had this saying when we was in high school that me and Don would get together or whatever. But we never did. But then when she made this puffs of smoke comment and Don made this, she like her body language like was telling me like, I would like some puffs of smoke.
Me too, girl, but
pretty much, right? So I was just like, all right,
shoot your shot.
All right, now, so I texted her that night, like, yo, I like you, like, and basically, like, I just told her how I felt. Ironically, the year prior, I was gonna say all of this stuff to her, and she never hit me back, obviously. Anyways, October the 6th was the first time that we had talked in person, and the last time that we had not been apart. Right?
That's true.
Yeah, 2011. Yeah. So.
Yeah, he been like following me and stalking me and stuff. Right.
So 2020, your goal for Don Harper Day is what?
So 2020, my goal for Don Harper Day is I still want to respect the social distancing.
Right.
And so I'm not going to try and do some call to action where, hey guys, let's come out and I just don't, because I feel like people would want to, and I don't want them to even have to wonder or question whether they should.
Don Harper Day.
Yeah, it will not be. And
right.
so what I want us to do is, I know, like I said, that we love these challenges on social media, and so that's why I did the hurdle challenge. I thought that it was obviously something that people can definitely relate to when it comes to me. I can relate to, and then it could be something fun. Be in my shoes just for a split second, you know, to go and jump over something. Show me their best technique. Show me their worst technique. Show me they can actually go over hurdles. Show me that I used to go over hurdles, but I'm gonna go over a shoebox. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or just
yeah.
anything. And
Yeah,
so
I gotta
really
do
just
mine,
having fun.
man.
You do really just having. I don't even want to. I don't even want to see
No, I'm
yours.
gonna keep it simple, stupid. No, not calling you
No,
stupid.
no,
but
you
I'ma keep it
did.
simple. I'm gonna do it over the diaper cheat.
Okay.
Me and Harper.
No, my
Yeah,
daughter.
keep going up.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm over here worried about her safety now.
Harper's always safe for me.
She's always with you, not safe.